We got our man Kory Woods in the building. I feel, Kory, we did mornings together for what, like 8 months?
Damn, it has. Time flies by when you're having fun.
Right.
It doesn't even seem like it was that long, but it was.
And now I don't see you ever, man, and I miss you.
I missed the morning show too. But it's like I'm getting up even earlier.
Are you?
Yeah, because Southfield Road, it's hit or miss.
Right.
Some days I might get there really quickly. Some days it's stop and go traffic. So I just get up early and just kind of camp out in the car for a minute, gather my bearings before I walk into Allen Park.
Well, how has your experience been? And is that the Chuck Norris water that you have?
That is the Chuck Norris water. Yes, it is the Chuck Norris alkaline water.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, let's move on from that. Let's talk some football. I just noticed that bottle. Like, that's Chuck Norris on that bottle. That is amazing.
Hold on, no free advertisement.
Overall, what has the vibe been like at camp? I've watched all your videos. I've read all your articles. But, being there in person's got to be a little bit different. Overall, how's the vibe? How's the team responding to Dan Campbell's coaching style?
You know what? I feel bad because I sound like a broken record on some of my articles and some of the stuff that I say, but the thing that I wanted to mention is I actually kind of did this on a video last week, but I didn't post it because I wasn't feeling well, but it's the same damn thing after every practice. All the players are talking about how they're enjoying coming to work, how they're enjoying listening to the coaches, how they treat them like men, how they coach them up, how when they're getting coached hard, they understand what it is. Like, there was one instance, I'm not going to say the players' names because, but Aubrey Pleasant just got near their ass. He just went at them and ripped them because he did not like the way they were performing in some of their drills. Those guys didn't go to the sidelines and sulk. A couple of them went to the sidelines were just like, damn, I effed that up. I could have did this differently. Maybe I should have did that. And then they went back out there. They did it, and he responded with the praise and with the same enthusiasm as he did deliver his criticism. So it's the one thing that I'm just noticing, the common vibe is there. Not only are the players happy to be there, the writers are happy to be there. The Lions officials are happy to be there. It's a big kumbaya moment right now. Obviously, that can change because the game has yet to be played yet. But for right now, guys are coming to work, loving what they're learning and loving being in the job. And I think that's half the battle right there.
How has the vibe been this week, considering we have a preseason game on Friday? Has the intensity kind of ratcheted up a little bit? Are the guys looking forward to hitting another colored jersey?
It's picked up again, and I picked up again today with another familiar face getting into another little scuffle.
Who?
Amon-Ra.
Yeah, my dog.
Got into a little bit of it was a one-on-one drill. Him and Makuta, they mixed it up. They played it dead, and they still kept mixing it up. They had to be separated, but it was nothing malicious. It was all in the spirit of competition. And Dan Campbell said that he likes it. He said that he wants the camps, the training camps, the practices to be physical, borderline to the point where there is some friction, some confrontation, but not to the point where it was an all-out brawl. And it's kind of funny that he said all-out brawl on the same, like, less than 24 hours removed from the Giants having their all-out brawl. So It was kind of funny that he mentioned that there. But
was it kind of Okudah trying to get back after Amon-Ra leaping him yesterday and then punting the ball afterwards?
I'm sure that didn't help.
You never know. But, it was kind of like I saw Amon-Ra give him like a little tap on the helmet, like, all right, now, it's over. And they were still, just – I ain't backing down. So, it was kind of one of those things that I saw. But yeah, the intensity is there. Those guys are hitting. Those guys are talking trash. The one thing that I love to see constantly is the players just aren't jawing each other. The coaches are.
Nice.
They're talking mad trash. I believe it was – I can't remember which coach it was, but Deuce Staley and one coach were just running on the field, neck and neck, just jawing at each other, just in each other's face, but it was all – competitive. It wasn't nothing like,
it's what you do to your boys on the basketball court. Like, you're trash. You're never going to make that shot. Let's just shoot the shot. You ain't going to make it anyways.
Yeah, nothing there has been malicious as far as the intensity, but it has been there. It has picked up. I got a lot I can talk about. One guy that I want to talk about is Khalif Raymond.
Okay.
Now, there's been much talking about who is going to be the #1 receiver, who's going to be what the receiving core is going to look like. I'm not going to sit up here and say Khalif Raymond is going to be the #1 receiver. Not saying that at all. But they brought this guy in to be a part of the special teams, and he's doing well in that. But I'm also seeing him out there running routes, catching passes from Tim Boyle and catching passes from Jared Goff as well. And he's fast as hell.
Really? Okay.
4.3.
Very scary fast. I like his route running. He seemed me to develop a rapport. Goff has seemed me to develop some type of rapport with him and Amon Ra, in addition to already having a rapport established so far throughout training camp with T.J. Hockenson. But he seemed to find those guys a little bit more throughout the practice. So I expect Khalif Raymond to be a bigger part of the offense. He spoke at length today after practice. I'm going to have a couple of those quotes going up very shortly on Woodward Sports Twitter. So make sure you check out and hear those clippings if you haven't already. But I liked what I saw out of him. That guy's gonna be very dynamic. Jamar Jefferson, he rolled his ankle yesterday in practice. Dan Campbell doesn't think it's going to be anything serious, so he didn't practice today. Precautionary method. I like Jamar Jefferson. Now that was somebody that you were really big on too, Stick. I likened him to somewhere of like a Theo Riddick role.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't. No, definitely he didn't do that in college, but just the way I'm seeing him being used in practice, I can see him getting out the backfield, but also catching some passes out the backfield as well.
Do you see us running like a zone running scheme at all with him?
It's gonna be a little bit of everything with him. But that's one. Speaking of run, I think this is gonna be a very run-heavy offense. No disrespect to Goff, but just the way I'm seeing right now, they're gonna be really relying on Swift and Williams to be those guys out the backfield and bruisers.
Now I remember you spoke with a vet earlier in camp, and you said that he had the splits between the offensive tackles and the linemen were getting kind of close. Has that gotten any better by chance, or?
Well, I didn't see that today. I didn't see them practice on that today. But the guy I was talking to was Lomas Brown. I've been glued to Lomas's hip because
Smart man.
I mean, I'm out there looking at these, like I know football, but I don't know all these drills. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm like, hey, what's going on right here? And then he's breaking down to me certain things that he's seen. And yeah, if they practice that tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and definitely be checking out for those splits. They got the guys so spaced out like as far as practice wise. So the next investment I'm gonna need is some binoculars, because everybody has binoculars and I don't have binoculars.
All right, we got to get you some binoculars.
So Woodward Sports binoculars on the way, buddy.
Hey, what about the depth chart? You brought up Khalif Raymond. Was he going with the ones, or was he just like running routes and Goff was like throwing to him, like I guess as receivers and stuff like that?
I believe he was in the slot. I didn't see him lining. I didn't see him lining up as a one. I saw him in the slot a few times. The same thing with Amon Ra.
But we've had a lot of injuries at our wide receiver position right now, so all guys are getting kind of the reps, honestly.
Yeah. They've also had some. They got a little bit thin at cornerback, which is why they signed on Nikhil Roby-Coleman. Corn Elder, he went out with an injury. Quentin Dunbar, he's still out due to personal issues, so they had to go ahead and bring somebody in and address that. And as you guys mentioned, Aubrey Pleasant coached him 3 years during his time with the Rams, but also he was there when Anthony Lynn's 2 years, when Anthony Lynn was with the Bills, even though Anthony Lynn's offensive coordinator, but he was there then. And then last season he played with the Eagles. Deuce Staley was there with the Eagles as assistant head coach, so he's a little bit familiar with everybody.
Yeah. No, that's good. And that means he's not an asshole, too, because he played with 3 different teams and they all still like him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a good sign, and there's no turds on this team.
That was you know what? That was the biggest quote I took away from today throughout the press conferences when he said there's no turds here. Now, if you guys didn't see that quote, Dan Campbell was referring to Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn and how they filled out the roster. He said there's no turds here, but also too, while he said they did good, getting some of those guys in here, he also kind of, gave him a little slap at the end when he was saying the guys don't know what they don't know. So,
makes sense.
So I mean,
who's starting at the defensive tackle spot? You know?
Right, I didn't see Levi out there, but I think Aleem is gonna get one of those starting spots. He's been really impressing everybody out there, and he's just a great guy to talk to. It's kind of funny, and I think I put this out there. I actually talked to him about something outside of football. I asked him, did he get himself a Coney yet? And he said he's been to Coney Island, but he hasn't had one yet. But he said that's on his list. He hasn't had a hot dog since he's gotten to Michigan.
Okay,
so
you guys
got to take care of that.
Got to learn him today.
Yeah, But I can see him being out there. But I'm going to be honest, a lot of the things that I've been really focusing on is I've been definitely focusing on golf, focusing on the running game, and I've been really paying close attention to the secondary. And I think the secondary is going to be one of the biggest improved units for the Lions this season.
I ask you, yeah.
Aaron Glenn and Aubrey Pleasant has just been doing so much great work with these guys. And from Will Harris, Jeff Okuda, Ifeati Melifonwu.
Hey, you're not just calling him Iffy. Good for you. I'm still stuck just calling him Iffy.
Owaru, Tracy Walker, Mike Ford, all of those guys talk about how much they're learning from him, learning how to play the position, how they've watched Aaron Glenn's highlight tapes when he came in. And Will Harris said it, when you have a guy who's been a former Pro Bowler and has done it at the high level, listening to him comes off a little bit easier than listening to somebody else who has not done it. So this guy not only did it on the field, he's also showcased it during his time with the New Orleans Saints that he can coach as well.
Man, Kory, I love that you're out there getting all this
We're
information.
Spoiled, bro. Every time I see Kory, I'm fucking peppering him a million questions, man. I have to.
You got to grill him. He's living the dream right now, literally. So great job on everything that you've been doing. And, he said no turds today, and we thought that was good enough for a T-shirt. Alex, you want to throw those T-shirts up? So we got these available right now, woodwardsports.com. Just click on store. And we got one with the emoji and one without it. It depends on what you're comfortable with, because that was a debate in the back office. Some people liked the no emoji. Some people said they would wear it with the emoji. So if you want an official Dan Campbell no turds allowed here shirt, it's available right now at woodwardsports.com. Andrew, Jonah, do you mind dropping that link in every chat so people can check it out?
You guys got a debate about turds in the back.
Dude, how about a turd emoji? I never thought that'd be my life.
That's so funny.
Is it too late to add one more thing?
No.
What's up? No.
You guys were talking about the kicking. They did sign Zane Gonzalez today, and that was kind of interesting because the Lions let Matt Prater go, and he went to the Cardinals. Zane Gonzalez gets cut by the Cardinals in March, and now he's a Lion. So maybe it was a trading places kind of a thing. But and after they signed Gonzalez, they waived Matthew Wright. Matthew Wright and Randy Bullock have struggled badly.
Bullock has?
Yeah, Bullock.
I thought that was going to be our guy.
Yeah, they've struggled pretty badly in trading camp. And I just want to give kudos to the coaching staff and the front office for this. They got a little. They started to get a little thin at cornerback. They addressed it quickly. They saw that the kicking game was going a little south. They addressed it quickly.
That's a great point.
They're being very proactive within the 72 hours to address certain stuff like that. Like Quentin Dunbar, I think right now he's been officially gone a week out of camp, and they said they're thinking about him. There's no timetable on his return, but they're addressing holes like that. Like, hey, if a guy's down, all right, guys not playing well, all right, fix it.
Love it.
And everybody talking about that this is going to be like a tank year. And let's be real, on paper, this is not the greatest roster to most of us, but that is not the mentality there. As Trey Flowers, I talked to Trey Flowers about a couple weeks ago. His mentality really does speak for the rest of the team. Those guys are not going out there thinking like this is about to be a tank year. They're like, if you're going out there just going to mail it in, then why the hell are we going on the field?
I keep hearing Jamal Williams repeat that same sentiment too. He's like, please doubt us.
Nobody's there. Nobody there feels
Kory,
it.
I feel like you got so much more to say. We have so many more questions. You want to stay for one more segment?
Sure.
All right, let's do that. We got more Lions talk coming up next with Kory Woods, our Lions insider here at Woodward Sports. He's at every practice. And if you guys got a question for Kory, drop it in the chat, and we will ask him as well. But we'll hear more about Lions training camp, and we're days away from our first preseason game coming up next right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Welcome back to the afternoon show, which will soon be called The Bottom Line, right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
I can't wait for that show.
With Ryan Ermani and Braylon Edwards. That is starting Thursday right here on the Woodward Sports Network. But right now, we have Lions beat writer and Lions insider for Woodward Sports, Kory Woods, sitting down talking with us. And it was only supposed to be for like 12 minutes, but you know what? Kory's got more to say, and I need to know more about what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you specifically want to cover, or can I keep rapid firing questions at you?
You can have me too. I'll say one thing, and then you can rapid fire. But your boy looked good today.
Who?
You already know who I'm talking about.
I do.
Who?
Cephas or Goff?
The other one.
Who?
Alizé Mack.
Yes, the greatest name in all of football, Alizé Mack.
Like good name.
Alizé Mack looked good today. He got the best of a couple of guys with some drills today. That's a big dude. Also another guy that, first off, Dan Campbell validated something for me this morning, and I was so happy because, like I said, I'm out there. This is my first training camp, so it's so much going on, and I'm looking and like, Jason Kabinda looks like he could be a serious problem. And I just kept thinking that to myself. I'm like, what are they gonna do with this guy? Like, he looks, I'm not saying to myself, he looks kind of raw, but he looks like he could be a real problem moving forward. And then Dan Campbell goes and freaking says it this morning, and I'm like, okay, at least I'm not a total elite. At least
You're seeing the same thing.
I'm seeing the same thing.
Yeah.
This guy, he is a brick. Like, he was a former linebacker at Penn State. I believe he was third team All Big Ten, if I'm not mistaken. Fact check that. And they converted him to fullback. He said he expects Kabinda to be getting some passes, getting some runs out of the backfield. But that dude is huge. Like, I mean, all football players are big, but this guy is just like rock solid. Like, if he runs into somebody, it's gonna be bad.
Well, you heard Dan Campbell say if he had to pick one person to be an enforcer, it would be Kabinda.
Him.
Yeah,
he would just go, hey, Kabinda, go slap that guy around him. Like, and the thing is, he looks like if he slaps you, it's night night.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You want to go night night? I have a question because we had a debate on the morning show, a little bit of a debate, not really a debate, but we were asking like where we think the offense will rank and where the defense will rank. I know you spoke on the secondary making the biggest leap, but I guess what side of the ball do you see as our strong suit heading into the season?
Defense.
Definitely
defense. Romeo Okwara looks great out there.
Does he?
He looks great. Trey Flowers looks great in his role too. But he's already played in the 3-4. He's played in the 3-4 during his time with the Patriots when he played the Jacks. So he has some familiarity there. And they did run a little bit of 3-4 last year, but not a lot. This is going to be the main thing. Tavai, I'm not going to sit up here and say Jelani Tavai is about to be some groundbreaking all-pro or anything like that, but he looks a little bit more comfortable. He's freaking damn near 40 pounds lighter.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's insane,
like when it came to, I want to say, mini camp, he already had got down to 245. I don't think he's 245 anymore. I think he's closer to that 235, 230 he was talking about. I think he dropped that extra 10 pounds because he looks even slimmer. But if I had to choose a side, I would say definitely the defensive side because they just look like a well-oiled machine. And I'm not going to sit up here and say they're about to be top 15 or anything like that, but I'm projecting somewhere between top 20, 25.
Yeah, they won't be dead last.
Yeah,
and
they
that's
won't
really
be dead
all we're
last.
asking, right? Because after last year's atrocity of defensive genius being dead last in the league, and that's what I keep trying to tell people. If we break this down position by position, by side of the ball by side of the ball, this team is better than last year, and we won 5 games. So I don't know why everybody thinks we're a 3-win team this year all of a sudden.
Only the one thing I will say is that big ass question mark at wide receiver. So that's probably the biggest reason why, because on defense I think they're going to be you could only go up from historically worse defense, so it can only go up. So I think they're going to go up on that side, but I don't think the offense is going to be too far behind. I think it's just going to be really run heavy. I think Goff may have some struggles unless they go ahead and develop that chemistry early, but like I said, if I had to pick a side of the ball, defense.
That's what I like to hear too, because you look at where Brad Holmes come from, you know what I'm saying, in L.A., and they tailored that defense together perfectly. I know they brought Jalen Ramsey in as a trade-in piece, but still they made the draft picks to cover that sprinkle that defensive line. Even beforehand when they had Robert Quinn, then moving on to Aaron Donald. Now, Aaron Donald is an all-time great. I'm not saying that we have that, but obviously they have the eye for it in that front office over there. And we have a piece of that here with Brad Holmes. And then you see the back-to-back investments in the defensive tackle. You see the re-signing of Okwara. That's what I expected to see was the defense. Not to mention we were fucking 32. But I expect out of Brad Holmes that he knows how to tailor a damn good defense.
And Kory, obviously the biggest story of the offseason is us acquiring Jared Goff, trading away Matthew Stafford for the 2 first-round picks, the 3rd-round pick, and Goff. Goff kind of started out slow. I've heard he wasn't very much pushing the ball down the field, and that's kind of been his MO when he was with the Rams too. But where he does have comfort is over the middle. and checkdowns. And he said
Oh,
checkdowns
yeah.
are his friend. That he literally said that.
He literally said that it was like last Saturday.
Yeah. So how has he progressed through camp? Does he look like he's getting more comfortable in this new offense?
He looks better, but I not where you would really want him to be at. But he looks better. I've seen him more comfortable. Like I said, I've seen him more comfortable throwing to Amon Ra and Khalif Raymond. And to that point, those throws were over the middle.
Right.
And I've seen him more comfortable throwing to his backs like Swift, Williams, Jefferson, and of course throwing to T.J. Hawkinson. But when you're talking about throwing it down, airing it out to Tyrell Williams and Cephas and stuff like that, I haven't really seen the comfortability there. It's like hit or miss. He'll throw one ball that will be on the money, and then the next one it'll be a little wobbly,
Okay.
or he'll throw it behind the guy. So he's been up and down. Looked a little bit better today. Hopefully he looks even better on tomorrow. I believe tomorrow's going to be their last practice.
Yep.
Before the preseason game. So
God, I can't believe it's here. So what's your plan for the preseason game? You're gonna obviously go down there and cover them.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there super early just to be down there to kind of capture the scene, see if I can get a couple of fans on camera and talk to Woodward Sports. But definitely gonna be down there for the preseason game, of course.
I love it, man. Well, I love everything you're doing, man. I hope you're having fun doing it. You having fun?
I'm definitely having fun. Last season was supposed to be my first training camp, and then this thing called COVID happened, so that knocked that away. But right now, I'm just out there being a sponge, because for those who don't know, the past 3 seasons, mainly when I was covering the Lions, it was as a photographer, so I was on the field. Now that I went back and got my journalism degree, now I'm doing writing, so it's a whole different perspective. It's just more than getting pictures. Now you got to really know every damn thing.
Yeah, well, you're doing a great job, and I think it's smart of you to hang on to guys like Lomas Brown and really vet them out and gain that information from them.
Hey, Coach said it earlier today. You don't know what you don't know, so I'm just sticking around to, asking some of the former players things, some of the former writers, some of the writers there who have covered the team, like 5+ years, asking them little tricks in the trade, like, hey, what to watch out for as far as like professionally and whatnot, and just to bring it home and make us look good.
Can I ask you one last thing? 'Cause I know you're a
got
hoop
1
head.
minute, easy. Keep it short.
Okay, so Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham. I know you've been wrapped up in football, but I know you love basketball.
Oh yeah, that's my sweet spot.
What's your prediction for the night? Stat lines and the performances.
You know what? I don't think that Cade Cunningham is the type of guy that's going to try to go out there and give you 20+ points. I think he wants to go out there and affect both sides of the ball. With that being said, him and Jalen Green do not like each other, so I think he's going to try to bust his ass.
I love it. I love that it's become personal too.
Yeah, they don't like each other, so it's. I want to see that on the court. I think Cade, just for today, I think he's just trying to take his liberties.
This a new Magic Bird?
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
I'll take it.
That would be great. I'll take it.
I just don't think we'll ever face the Rockets. That's the thing. Like, we never play them, so this is going to be fun, but what do we play them twice a season at most? So we'll find out about that. Well, Kory Woods, thank you so much. Have a great time.
I appreciate you, man.
Tomorrow, the last practice before preseason, so enjoy that. And thank you for all the clips that you've been getting us and all the insight and going viral with some of your content. We love it. Make sure you follow him at Kory E. Woods on Twitter, Instagram, and all of that good stuff. And we will be right back with more news updates plus some Hall of Fame talk and not Megatron.